NewSouthWalesCycling.com local cycling news. For almost a decade now, the Bathurst Cycle Club identifies and honours a club member that answered the call to go to World War I. In 2022, the soldier remembered was Lance Corporal Arthur Carrington Bosworth, a successful cyclist for the Bathurst Club before World War I, and then was one of the first Bathurstians to enlist, and he would fight on the beaches and in the trenches at Gallipoli. Arthur Bosworth was the winner of one of the biggest events on the local cycling calendar before the war, the Bathurst Sunny Corner and Return Handicap, which is regularly discussed and occasionally features in the press still today due to some wonderful photos taken at this event. Bosworth was a good track rider also, making the final of the 8-hour wheel race on the sports ground before the war in front of more than 3,000 spectators. He enlisted in August 1914 and fought in Gallipoli in the 3rd Battalion. He was hit 5 times in battle before being sent to hospital. He recovered and he was sent to the Western Front in France, where he was killed in action. The Bathurst Cycle Club makes a real effort to connect to the spirit of these soldiers, as many have been buried in a faraway land. Each Remembrance Day, the Cycle Club releases the name of the World War I club member that will be honoured in the following year's Anzac Day race. Liz Osborne noticed the club was honouring Lance Corporal Bosworth and arranged contact with his nephew Barry Mercer, who incidentally also raced for the club for a period. Barry and Liz attended the 2022 Bosworth Memorial Anzac event as guests of honour, with Barry the official starter for the event. The whole thing made very special, with Barry wearing Lance Corporal Bosworth's medals to the ceremony before the race and bringing a photo of Arthur to the race start. In the race itself, after the remembrance ceremony, everyone tries that little bit harder, making it a difficult task for the backmarkers to win. In the closing stages in 2022, it did look like the front markers would hang on to win. However, the backmarkers finished very fast to dominate the podium, with top-class Australian rider Will Hodges winning the 2022 Lance Corporal Bosworth Memorial from Nicholas Barrett and Mark Windsor. We caught up with the winning rider Will Hodges after the event, who explained the Anzac Memorial event is special to him. A special race today, Will.
Lance Corporal, AC Bosworth, died at war, and we remember him on these days, don't we?
Yeah, it's pretty special to be able to come and do something like this, where it is fun and it's a bike race, but it's also about mateship and it's a handicap, so you go out and you work with your group and you get each other to the finish as fast as you can and sort of try to get the spirit of those Anzacs.
You two worked well today, didn't you? The two of you got together.
Yeah, definitely. Nick was super strong, and I tried to help as much as I could today, and he did the same. So it was nice to come to the finish with him, who we spent the whole race working together, working hard.
A nice honour roll on here. In fact, we've had some top riders have won this, and probably deserve to get your name on here with your record in races, but this is a nice one to win.
It definitely is. It's one that I don't think I've actually raced it before, because traditionally I go back home to my family and we do Anzac Day at the local village, Greenthorpe, and we do a similar thing where each year we honour a soldier from the war at the hall, and we do a little presentation and write up about them, and they get their photo and stuff inside the hall. So it's cool to come back and do an event where we do something similar here and be able to race here today and put my name up there alongside some pretty good riders.
Yeah. And it's a great race, and it was really nice to have Barry out here, who's his nephew, and he started the race off, so it was a nice touch, even a little bit more feel for Lance Corporal AC Bosworth by having his nephew out here.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that's often hard to connect with because it's such a long time ago now, and if you don't have something like that where he brought that family feel and you get to know more about Lance Corporal Bosworth and his family and what he did by having someone who was physically connected to them, and then they bring that to the club and we can have that more community feel about the spirit of Anzacs as well. So it is good.
It is clear Will understood and appreciated the club's intent of honouring former club members who served in World War I. And the club intends to continue the memorial well into the future, with almost 70% of the total club membership in 1915 enlisting for World War I. Another who understood the significance of honouring Lance Corporal Bosworth on Anzac Day 2022 was junior rider Lara Allen, who was the first female finisher in 6th place overall.
Anzac Day Memorial Race, and it's a special race, to get on the podium as the top female finisher. Well done, Lara.
Thank you. It was an honour.
Handicap racing is about joining in the groups, and you started with Ange, so you worked well together?
Yeah, and then working with her was really good, and then when Dave and Kathy came through, got on their wheels and had a really good ride with them to the finish, and they did a very good job as well.
You only just got caught. That's the hard part about a handicap, wasn't it? You must have been thinking, here's a chance, I'm up for the win.
It's okay. All those rides happen, and it's just an honour to be able to come out here and ride today.
The Bathurst Cycling Club is very proud of the way its members answered the country's call to action to protect Australia's freedoms. It was marvellous to have Barry and Liz at the Bosworth Memorial event to bring Arthur Carrington Bosworth's spirit back to an activity that he would have enjoyed and would have been involved in over 100 years ago.
Great to get you out here, Barry, for this race, just to remember your uncle.
And it's been great to be here, Mark, and it sort of brought tears to my eyes because I've learned a lot, the uncle.
Yeah.
And I just, it's even bringing tears to my eyes now, but anyhow, I'm very thankful for the club for doing what they've done.
Being out here doing these races, and you can relate to us bringing his spirit back to this race, can't you?
Exactly, yeah. Brings back memories.
Yeah, and he was a great bike rider, and he went off to protect Australia, and that's what we're remembering him for.
That's
too.
Exactly right. Yep. No, it's a credit to him what he done for Australia, and I just can't put words to,
By having you here and having the medals here, his picture here, it allows people to get in touch with his spirit a little bit more. And he is a teammate of ours. So he was out doing the racing, just like you, just out here racing and just enjoying it. This is what he did in his downtime. So what a great way to remember him, eh?
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you. And great to have you here.
You have been listening to Cycling New South Wales Heritage Commission's podcast. Thanks to Droid Arrangement for the music in this story. This is Heritage Commission Chairman Mark Windsor saying thanks for listening.